Hello, people. I thought I was live already, but it looks like I wasn't. So I'm going to start this now. I am Little Queen of Senegal. I'm Katharina, and I'm here to talk about the Derek Chavin, who is found guilty, okay, and why I left America. And the reason why I put those two together was because, to me, that's what I was being shown to do. But I'm going to back up and I'm going to let you know how it led up to that because of what I wanted to do. I resigned from the parole office in the state of Texas, Dallas, Texas, in July of 2018. And I thought immediately after I received my retirement funds that I should open up a real estate investing company. I had done it previously in Kansas and was successful in it, but that's another story. So I thought I would do this as well in Texas. However, because I was stubborn and I had another mission that I didn't know about, well, I was told what to do. I just didn't listen. My spirit told me and I didn't listen. So a lot of things happened to me from the 2018. I received my master's of education and I went on to try to invest into this company that I had started. And from day one, when I started it, I got in my spirit it was the wrong thing to do, but I ignored it. See, God talks to us in our spirit, but sometimes we don't listen. So what I did was I moved on. I said, well, I'll go visit in 2020. I go to Africa in 2020 and visit for my birthday. Wrong. For 2 years, I struggled because I made the decision to wait. I did. I told my daughters I wanted to go visit, and they were warned. They didn't say anything about it. So I left it at that. We didn't discuss it or anything. So what happened next for 2 years it was so much mess going on. And I'm not talking about with other people. I'm talking about within my life itself. I had to get 2 jobs to save the money in order because my business went down to live. So I got 2 jobs and I was saving up the money. But when the COVID hit, that money I was saving up, I had to use and it ran out. And when it ran out, people from the church was helping me, which I thank God for my positive neighbors in my church. I worked a little bit at the church to do away with time, still wearing masks, but thinking, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, which it was, because it made me feel good to know that I could help my neighbors in the community. We were handing out food to the church, handing out food to the communities. And it made me feel good because I was helping other people who couldn't help themselves. And I felt like I was one of them as well. But God blessed me to get food stamps. I got food stamps while I was in my home. And the church helped me pay for my mortgage for a month. And after that, for 6 months, my mortgage company was deferred. My mortgage company deferred my payments. This is during the COVID. So I got on my knees again and I said, Lord, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to do. But I knew in the back of my mind, I was supposed to come to Africa. I just didn't know how to do it. I really didn't. So we talked every morning between 4 and 5 in the morning. I lay in my bed just talking to him. And my spirit, I was reading more. My spirit was telling me, go ahead and go. So I said, well, Lord, if I'm going to go, you got to give me a job. I can't, I was having interviews because I had my master's. I had real estate background on my resume. And I worked as a parole officer, which Could have led to paralegal because I have a paralegal degree. I have 2 degrees, bachelor's and master's. Well, of course, I'm Black, so a lot of the women that were doing all the interviewing were white. So I know I was not going to get anything, and I let it go. I said, what's for me is going to be for me. And I left it at that. Well, lo and behold, Ahmaud Arbery was killed during the pandemic. Lo and behold, we found out about Breonna Taylor during the pandemic. But lo and behold, we found about George Floyd. That was devastating for me. That was 3 in less than really 6 months. And I'm like, Lord, if you give me this job, I will do anything you want me to do to get out this country. My spirit told me it's time to go. Then I started hearing about the lady in Fort Worth. She got killed playing games. Well, she was playing games with her nephew at the time. But someone had called the police. She ended up getting shot in her home. And then I heard about the young lady in McKinney, like 20 miles from where I live. She living with a white guy, and he said he came home and found her hung in her garage, in their garage. That sounds suspicious to me, but I'm not the one to judge. I can't say, only God knows if this young man was a part of it or not. But so many things started happening close to home. Close to home. So I have found a friend on Facebook. I don't know if a lot of you all know her, but not Facebook, YouTube, Art Kathy. A lot of you know that name, I'm sure. And I got involved with that. She was on Facebook, went to a couple of her webinars, paid for that. Everybody knows what's behind that. And I met a lady friend. Art Kathy had suggested to us to get to know people that's in your area because she had us to put down where we was from. So I stuck it out with this young lady from Houston. And she was telling me she'd never been to Africa either, but her and her 3 kids was about to get up and go. And we went through some things. She went through some things just before she came over here. I went through something just before, because the enemy knows when you're going to a better place, he wants to stop that. He really wants to stop that. You all don't understand. I look at Dr. Mumby, and she talks about it. She talks about how we are physical beings living in a spiritual world. That woman is not lying. I call her my little spiritual prophetess. I have to look at her every day. I think she puts out 2 or 3 videos a day. I don't know. But when something catches my attention, her words, I have to look at it. And when she said that, it was time to go. When George Floyd happened in broad daylight, and I saw evil in this man's face while he was on that man, I'm like, Lord, whatever you want me to do, just tell me to do it. Just tell me to do it. So, of course, a little drama happened. He got me a job in July. This was after I had worked for a company through temp agency. Then I got caught on permanent at an auction company that auction cars when they're damaged. The insurance companies pay for those cars to the owner, and then they sell them, they bid them online. and I was a customer service rep. Yes, I know with the master's degree, I really didn't want to do it. But guess what? When you are trying to get to safety and you know what you have to do to get to safety, you will do even what you don't want to do. For instance, suppose someone comes in your home, and I'm not talking about the police, a robber, a burglar comes into your home, and you don't have really anything to protect you. You're going to hide somewhere, but you get caught where you're hidden it. And when you hide there, they catch you and then bring you out. And I'm talking about all the females now. When you get caught by the burglar, he brings you out, and then he does the disgusting thing of raping you. Of course, some of us will fight, but if he got a gun in his hand or a knife in his hand, whatever the case may be, you still gonna fight knowing that your life is in danger? Oh, we say things. Yeah, we say things. We say things. If it's me, no. Because when anxiety hits you and your adrenaline go to running, you don't know what to do. And that's the way I felt when that young man was on that ground and the evilness was on him, like they were, because it was more than Derek, you know. And then they had the blocker. The blocker was just as evil as the other two that was on they restrained this man till he could not move. When I saw that, I said, well, Lord, whatever you want me to do. I opened up and I just submitted. I got the money. This company was hiring. Every 3 weeks, this company was hiring and bringing people in. Then the people that had not been trained, they would train them, bring us out on the floor. We would have one-on-one training, but we also would have to do hands-on training. Then it come up to 12-hour days. I worked every 12-hour day that I could work to save the money because I wrote down everything I was supposed to do. I wrote it down. Once I got that job, I wrote it down. I just made a list of things I was supposed to do. I started planning right then when I saw George Floyd. I started planning right then. It's like it was just coming to me. Do this, do this, do this. Work overtime. Put your money in your savings. Plan to see people about improving your home for the highest value. I was writing stuff down. Fix it up. Go online and check out Home Depot, compare with Lowe's. Everything I needed to do was being done. And it was just falling in place, falling in place, falling in place. I got my home improved, my kitchen, my bathrooms, because ladies, that's what sells a home. I got all that improved. I got my outside painted. I picked up my pod, held what I could inside the pod until it was time to go. I did all that in 4 months. 4 ladies, 4 months. But guess what? The enemy fought me at my job. The enemy fought me through my children. Because when your kids get grown, they don't want to listen to you no more. They want to make you feel guilty for your life. And I let it happen. I let it happen. Because what could I do? I was not in control. And that's what you all believe. You still believe you're in control, even though Derek Chavin was found guilty. No, you're not. Because the person who got killed in Fort Worth, that lady who got killed in her home playing the videos with her nephew, she's not here anymore. The lady that got hung in McKinney by her white boyfriend, because I truly believe that. They said he wasn't even a suspect. Come on. and many others. When it started happening around my neighborhood, Aubrey, Brianna, George Floyd, that's 3 nationally during a pandemic. And then when it started happening in my vicinity, it was time to go. No, I've never been to. I had been doing a lot of research on West Africa. And I found out that my great grandfather was from West Africa. So I said, well, West Africa, here I come. So I came to West Africa and I've been here ever since. But I'm just letting you know, just because one person got found guilty, the others, 3 others, they might not get the same sentence as him, because I don't know what the courts might make up. But you all are over there living under people who run the courts, run the police, run the judges, run the government. And guess what? 95% of them are Caucasian. So what makes you think because one man, because he killed a man worldwide that everyone saw, that everything is going to change? Oh yeah, they're going to appease you for a minute. That's what they do. I have a friend girl in UK. She said, not that she don't believe in God, but the Christianity thing. Have you ever watched the Crusaders? They were killing in the name of Jesus. Yeah. They were killing people in the name of Jesus. See, they tell us about themselves through these movies. They tell us about themselves, but the children that they're molding their heads, because there's a lot of colonizing over here still today. I just found out yesterday that there's a country, it's above Bali somewhere. I can't even give you the name, Mediterranean or something like that. They still have slaves. My girlfriend was telling me that to this day. And the government said, no, they're fighting it. I saw this on YouTube. And I'm like, people don't understand. So I'm going to read something to you guys. I'm going to let you all know something that I read in the book of Enoch. And I want you all to listen very carefully, because I believe this to be true. And violence in all kinds of deeds increase. All kinds of deeds increase. This is the 91st chapter of Enoch. And apostasy and transgression and uncleanness increase. Perverted people. Debauchery. A great chastisement shall come from heaven upon all these, and the Holy Lord will come forth with wrath and chastisement to execute judgment on earth. Everybody. In those days, violence shall be cut off from its roots, and the roots of unrighteousness together with deceit, and they shall be destroyed from under heaven. And the heathen, we know who they are, shall be cast into the judgment of fire, and shall perish in wrath and in grievous judgment forever. And the righteous shall arise from their sleep. The book of Enoch saying that you all are asleep. And wisdom shall arise and be given unto them. Let not your spirit be troubled on account of the times, for the Holy and Great One has appointed days for all things, and for the future generations who shall observe uprightness and peace. The righteous shall want and the righteous one shall arise from sleep and walk in the paths of righteousness, and all his path and conversation shall be in eternal goodness and grace. But see, in order for you to be righteous, you have to obey. In the beginning of my story, I told you how I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. God didn't make us for us. He made us for him. And he said, only the humble he favors. I had to humble myself down in order for God to favor me, to help me come this way. It hasn't been easy over here either because I'm trying to learn French. That's the language of this country, Senegal. I know a little bit of, as they say, tootie tootie of Wolof, enough to speak to someone and to ask them their name. But nowhere is perfect, but at least I'm not oppressed. My mind, when I go to sleep at night, when I go down the road during the daytime, it's not on, am I going to be stopped? Because it reminds me of the Willie Lynch letter. That's what it does. And the Willie Lynch letter really states, if you do these things to keep fear in their heart, they will be your slaves for 300 or even 1,000 years. Unquote. I don't know who produced the Willie Lynch letter, but that's what they're doing. It's been over 450 for us. The righteousness is going to be done by the Lord. So whether you believe in him or not, doesn't matter, because a lot of people don't believe in evil either. Okay? So I'm going to let you all go. Thank you for spending this time with me, those who may watch later. And maybe next time you see me, I'll have short hair because this long hair is getting on my nerve. I might do the twisties. So I try to be a different person. I'm a Gemini. And I try to be cool. I used to be angry. I used to let anger. And see, when you let anger hold you, you hold grudges, envy, jealousy, all the things that are not becoming to the Almighty. I love my music. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all get something out of this to know the difference. He was found guilty, yes. But was that enough? Was that enough? Are you still asleep? You all have a good night, and thanks for watching Little Queen of Senegal.